We're with Ingrid Saxon in her studio today. And Ingrid, thank you so much for being willing to interview with the Foundation of Unity.
Thank you so much, Jen.
You're very
my pleasure.
Very welcome.
Ingrid, do you have any personal experience with Unity?
Well, it's interesting. We were speaking before about Unity, and it's for me, Unity. It means one, of course, and we are all one, and I do believe that. And one of the things that's so important for me with what I do is that people really experience that connectedness and that oneness within themselves first. And I love being able to, I'm a vocal coach, and I love being able to access that within a person through releasing their free and uninhibited voice, so that they have a powerful voice in the world, and so that we can express and connect freely with each other, so that we're our authentic selves.
It was some specific moments when you feel this unity connection with one of the person you coach?
I feel it daily. And it's a very moving experience for me. I feel it not only in my coaching, but I surround myself with my family and friends, with people who uplift me, because that's I feel who I am and important to me. And I also have a spiritual community that I'm involved with that we're very much about honoring each other, each individual. And when you ask if I experience this in my coaching, and it really is daily with every student that I work with. I work with performers and also business professionals on releasing their uninhibited and powerful voice. And when we make these connections, it completely changes people. But in fact, I say that, but the funny thing is, it just makes them become more themselves. And that's so powerful, and it's such an honor for me to be in that presence and have that experience. It's very powerful and very moving.
Great.
You've given us some of the background really on your professional connection as a voice coach here on 57th Street in New York with the concept of unity and how you bring that out in the voice. We're very interested from a personal perspective of maybe a time when you just became aware internally, I'm connected, or in any way that was a bit of a enlightenment moment or something where you felt a connection. Were there times
there are
personally
many times.
like that?
I know that some people have had, real transformational big moments that, just changed everything. For me, well, there have been quite a few times actually, and I look at it in a daily way. There are definitely moments where just kind of during the day when I can change my thought, and then my whole experience changes. And for me, I meditate. And that is really crucial for me. It was very interesting. I actually connected with one of our musical director at the place that I go to is called Unity, oddly enough, and I think that's no accident that we're talking about Unity as well. And I was meeting with our musical director, who is also a minister, and I had something on my mind, and we were talking about it, and all of a sudden I was meditating, and we experienced a very deep connection together. All of a sudden I felt this healing throughout my whole body, and he experienced that at the same time, and it was very powerful. I think when you can experience that together, it's it can really be transformative. So I've had a lot of transformative moments in my work and also personally with my daily practice. I'm very conscious of moment by moment living in spirit and going for that higher thought as that's my goal daily.
Beautiful, beautiful, Ingrid. Wonderful. So, do you believe we will all more connected in the future? All people on the earth, or more separate? What is your vision for the unity?
I believe that we are coming together more and more. I really do. I see it in my personal life. I see, I think the interesting thing, when you hear about, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Abraham or, when we talk about contrast, and there's so much contrast in the world at this moment. And the funny thing about that is I believe that it is an opportunity for people to experience something deeper within themselves. It almost, I almost don't want to use this word, but it forces people to find something within themselves rather than looking to the outside, with all the different things that are going on with the economy and all kinds of unrest in the world. And, of course, with this new movement, the Occupy Wall Street, and all these things that are starting to develop, I really believe that people are looking to what is really important in my life. And I think that they come down to, no matter what you want to call it, whether you want to call it spiritual, or whether you want to call it connected, whether you want to call it, being kind to your fellow person, and I just see that happening more and more. I'm not sure if it's just in my personal life, but definitely in my personal life, and I definitely see it. It is my dream and my wish and my vision for the future.
Great.
And what contribution would you personally like to make to that vision?
Well, I'll tell you, there are two things. First of all, what I do with this coaching is so profound for me and for my students and clients. And I will continue to do that because it really creates a tremendous difference in people's lives. It changes them. I say changes them, and then I always have to stop and say, in fact, it opens them up to who they really are. Also for me, I am an actress, and I am doing that more and more, and I feel that by expressing that gift to the world, that also is transforming, not just for me, and connecting for me, and connecting to my other actors and to other people in the process, directors and everyone else involved. We create something that changes people. And enriches people, and lets people experience things that they wouldn't normally experience in their normal lives. Could ask me the question one more time, because there was something else I wanted to say about it.
What you would like to contribute toward that vision that you have.
And the other thing is, thank you.
To play.
Thank you. The other thing I wanted to say is, one thing is being involved with my Unity community, because one of the things that they've taught me is I'm really interested in volunteering my time, my energy, my talents, and I just finished doing something called Stockings with Care for the whole weekend. They provide gifts for thousands of children in homeless shelters that wouldn't necessarily experience Christmas in the same way, and they provide gifts for everyone, and I happen to be blessed to be a part of it. And I also do outreaches with singing groups, and particularly for AIDS facilities. I work with the Opportunity Network, where I coach young people, underprivileged, high-achieving young people, to help them to be successful in the business world. So I really do believe that, it's so important to give back and give from your heart. And the funny thing is, you get, sometimes people say, oh, that's a cliche, but it really is true. If you've ever experienced it, you get so much more back from giving.
Which is true.
Yes,
Very
sharing
true.
your heart. Yeah.
I very agree with you.
Yes.
But whom you would like to interview more? So, what's your recommendation to us?
Ha 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 ha. Well, I guess, it's funny, I was thinking about that. I mean, she doesn't need to be interviewed because we've seen her so much, but Oprah, of course. In a way, when you say that, I think of, people who are kind of heroes to me. I love hearing, these are people that have already been interviewed, and I could also think about it because I'm sure I'll come up with more people. But, Oprah is such an inspiration, of course. And, for me also, Bill Clinton is a big source of inspiration. And also Deepak Chopra, really for me, people who are doing things that are connecting the mind and the body and the spirit, where it's all connected, and people who are interested in facilitating that in the world. And there really are a lot of people, and there are a lot of people who are maybe not as known, who do it on a daily basis.
Beautiful. Thank you so
very
much, Ingrid
My
Sampson.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.